Hello and welcome to GameDeciderTV. I'm Decider and I'm playing Chivalry Medieval Warfare with Avenger.
Hello.
So Avenger, it's been out for a few weeks now. And how have you been finding it?
Very interesting. It seems like it's unlike most other games like Red, Blade, Warband, for example. You have these static exchanges of blows, and in this game you have, well, it varies a lot, since you can control the attack direction and blocking direction with your mouse. Very interesting and very different.
As you could just see there, I got horrifically murdered by some of our foes. So could you talk a little bit about the class system?
Well, you have, I think, 4 basic classes. You have the archer or crossbowman. It's the same class, you just choose different weapons. And then you have man-at-arms, which is a sort of, you could compare him to a scout in different games. He's fast and uses one-handed weapons and does less damage. Then you have the vanguard, which uses polearms and such, and you have has heavier armor than the man-at-arms. And then you have, last but not least, the knight, which uses heavy armor logically and has the option to use two-handed weapons and one-handed weapons with a shield.
I just battered someone over the head with my two-handed sword. Just experienced a little bit of lag.
Yeah, that's an issue with most servers. They seem to be pretty laggy.
So the optimum player count is 24 players per server, but some servers are running at 32 and 64.
I've only seen a few 64 slot servers, and the ones I was on wasn't really playable. It was just too laggy.
Just decapitated somebody.
Are you team killed?
Yes, I just team killed. That's one of the good things about this game, because they wanted to get sword combat. Yeah, the kind of realisticness into the game. Team killing is just the same as actually killing your enemy. So you can decapitate your own teammates, which isn't really seen in many games.
And I don't think you can turn off the team damage server side, or at least next to no server does it. I've yet to encounter one where it actually has no team damage.
The servers I've played on, all the teammates seem to work together and try and not kill each other and kill the opponents in groups. One thing you've got to get used to is that there's kind of a saved order of hits you've ordered that it completes. So it doesn't cancel out, or you can't cancel your hit. So you've got to be very careful in case you kill any teammates.
Just not when it's near the end of the swing.
The map design itself is pretty impressive, and it doesn't just stop at the map. The surroundings themselves are pretty epic. And over there you could see a big catapult, trebuchet firing large rocks.
Yeah, and on other maps you have like ships fighting in the background or burning and sinking. It's very nicely done.
Now, some of you will be watching my gameplay and thinking, why is he just swinging and not much blocking? Well, in this game itself, blocking isn't much use. Well, certainly from our experiences, and some would say in medieval times itself, it was just a bloody mess in battle. So that's something that they've got across. Obviously, with the shield, it's very useful to block, as seen there. But for most of the classes, blocking isn't really an option.
But as I just said, and you sort of talked over me, because you didn't hear me, is if you have a two-handed weapon and you're up against a person who has a one-handed weapon and he's really close to you, you have basically no other option but to block. So it is quite handy. I'm behind you.
The graphics themselves are pretty impressive for the size of the development team that was working on Chivalry. Certainly immersive. Oh, just experienced some major lag there. Sorry about that stoppage in footage. Now we're playing a territorial conquest style match at the moment, aren't we, Avenger?
Yes, yeah. It's not really conquest yet. Well, it sort of is, but it's well, one team has objectives, and basically in this map the objectives are burn down various buildings and wheat fields. And if you succeed, then you have to push a bomb car to the town gate. And the other team has the objective to defend the buildings and then set gate.
Which team should we choose?
Agatha.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get in. I've had to go on the other team.
Traitor.
I should have a shield. How do I draw that?
It should automatically draw if you press 2. And you can't use it with your primary weapon.
Oh.
And you can sheave it with 3.
I just got team killed by an archer. Ah. Well done.
I find archers rather annoying. Mainly because I can't play one as one.
And especially as the infantry tend to move around a lot, it's quite hard to actually hit them. Oh, just got a kill with a throwing knife.
Yeah, lots of archers more or less tend to shoot you by luck if they shoot into a fight and you sort of run into the area.
For someone that plays Mountain Blade Warband or War of the Roses, this is more of a upgrade, really. It's definitely a more finished game in a way than Mountain Blade Warband and War of the Roses. However, there isn't the campaign, there isn't the sandbox and the diverse multiplayer and mod base. However, the combat and just the gameplay in general, I think, is better.
Yeah, it is, but what the game lacks at the moment is probably more maps and some minor tweaks to the maybe to the hitboxes and game balancing.
If they were to manage a kind of a 128 player multiplayer match similar to some of the Mountain Blade style mods, PW and Mountain Musket, now Napoleonic Wars, if they were able to get up a setup like that, I think this game could be rather successful. Not that it isn't already, but PW and Napoleonic Wars wasn't something that came out on release. It was thought up after.
Well, at the moment I think it's, but I doubt that they'll manage to code it so there's a server with 120 players without any lag, because even the 64 player servers are very laggy. And I think the developers probably haven't got the necessary experience to improve it.
What button was it to change class?
Fun?
Which button was it to change class?
It's M, I think. I think I'll go knight myself.
Damn, got him too late.
Which class are you now? Just so I know.
The two-handed class. There's even pitch in the game. What's interesting about this team objective is it isn't just escort this cart A to B, it's a whole different range of tasks that a team has to complete to win the match.
Yes, for example, the last objective was you had to burn houses and kill peasants.
And now we've got to push a ram to a gate to knock it down, and
yeah. Then there's another level where you have to kill the king. Ouch.
they're coming to into a genre game that hasn't really existed. If you think about medieval combat games, it's just the Mount and Blade games, War of the Roses, this, and can you think of any others?
Not really. Maybe, well, a few co-op games, older ones like Lord of the Rings, but that's something different as well.
You can't really class the kind of Assassin's Creed style medieval take on. It's not really medieval warfare.
Is that you on the left?
No, I was just stationary.
No, it wasn't you.
Just double checking my voice wasn't actually in game. No one was complaining, so maybe it was push to talk or something. Oh, chopped an arm off.
Well, there was 3 versus 1.
Got a good few seconds of arm pouring out of your neck and some of your limbs.
Yeah. Do you see me chopping off that guy's head?
Yeah. They've managed to do it so it doesn't seem gory, but at the same time have that gritty medieval horror. Obliterated us.
I killed him and then I chopped his head off. That's cool. Well, that guy lost an arm, that guy lost a head, this guy lost a head, and that guy's just a bit bloody. And some retard just poured pitch on us. What I think is a bit disappointing that this is basically the only map which has these battering ram objectives and the king objective. So it could use a little more diversity.
Do you know of any DLCs or additions to the game they're going to be making?
DLCs, I think they're not going to make any. However, it is possible to use the engine of the game to well, King now, of course. It's possible to make new maps for like everyone if you have the skills or if you learn to. So we might see, like in the mod, we might see Helm's Deep remade or some other cool maps.
not been doing so well this round. Not my best so far.
I think I've been doing quite well.
Oh, decapitated someone.
Try going to the middle entrance. You're being pushed back quite a bit, aren't you?
The king's come forward.
That's me.
Are you playing as the king?
Yep.
No! Oh, trying to chop your head off. Oh no.
Double.
And that is the end of our video. So this is Decider signing out. And
Yes.
see you next time.